Hi guys, hope you're doing good. In this series of videos, we are learning about Linux or Unix commands. People those are using Mac, this command holds good for you as well. Now let us see how to list out the files present inside a directory. To list out the files, we'll be using a command called as ls. Now ls not only lists the files, it also lists the directories. Now you can see like lab report, test report and weather report. All these are directories. Since I have created that, I know this is a directory. But if I want to differentiate and see, yes, we have a lot of options. Let us go and see one by one. First, let me tell you how to match a file pattern and then print that file alone or that folder alone, right? So now, for example, here we have my empty file, my empty file 1 and my empty file 2. Now here you can see my empty file is repeated and this is common everywhere for all these files. After this, what I have here, some few characters are there. Few characters are there. Now to match 0 or more characters, I repeat, to match 0 or more characters, I use star. That means that 0 or more characters. We have one more option, that is question mark. That means one character. Exactly one character should be matching, right? So like this, we have a lot of options. Let us see one by one. Now when I say ls and I say my empty, right, I'm just not mentioning file, I'm just going to put a star, which means that it's going to match more than one character, 0 or more characters, and print out what and all, having the starting characters my empty, right? So starting character should be empty and after that I can have anything, right? Starting character must be, after that I can have anything. That's what it means. So let me press enter. Now we can see my file, my empty file, my empty file 1, my empty file 2. Like that we have lot of files. We can also do like this, very simple. I'll say my star. So whichever starts with my, right, and after that we can have any number of characters, that will be printed. Now you can see my file.txt. Now other my empty files 1, 2 and 3, right? This is how I use star. Now one more option that I'm going to tell you, I'll say ls and I say file and followed by a question mark. This means that exactly one character will be matched, right? Exactly one character that's going to match. It must be there, right? You must have exactly one character after that. So here you can see file 1, file A, file T and file Z. So these are the 4 files which starts with file and after that I have one character, right? This is how I do it. And I'm going to give you one more option, that is ls. I can also do like this, my star file and followed by one character, right? So now here it has to start with, any file or folder has to start with my, and after that I can have 0 or more characters and followed by file and followed by one character is must, right? This question mark means one character is must. Now we can see here my empty file 1, my empty file 2 and my empty file 3, right? We can have these combinations also can be done, right? Star and question mark together, we can have combinations. Now I'm going to tell you range of characters, right? So when I say I'm going to have range of characters, I'll be using bracket. So this will match range of characters, right? Bracket will match range of characters. Now let us see. I'll say ls and followed by file, and here I can say 1 to 3. I can have numbers from 1 to 3 or alphabets from A to Z, or like any combination or mix of characters, right? Now here it will print the characters that may be from 1 to 3, and here you'll first, it should start with file. Let us see. Now we have only file 1, right? We don't have file 2 or file 3. If at all we had file 2 and file 3, then that would be printed. Now let us change this. I'll say my star and then give here. Now it's going to give you my file 1, my empty file 2 and my empty file 3. We can have combinations, as I said already. Now let me give you one more option, that is I'll say A to Z. It means that after file, that can be combination of any character from A to Z. It is not all characters, any character, any one character from A to Z. Now you can see file A, file T, and file Z. Now, or else I can also give like this: ls file, I want 1, I want T, and I want Z. Now here this prints you file 1, file T, and file Z. This is how I do it. Now these are the things like called as wildcard characters, right, where which helps me in searching for a particular file or a folder. Okay, let me first clear the screen. To clear the screen, I'll be using the command called as clear. Okay. Now when I say ls, it is just going to print out all the files. I don't know whether it is a file or a directory, right? So to just identify the file and the directory, I'll be using a command called as ls hyphen capital F. Now all the folders or the directories will be ended with a slash symbol, so that we can identify that these are the folders or the directories. Now there will be a differentiation between a file and directory. If it is file, just normally it will print all the files, but if it is a directory, it is going to end it with a slash symbol. So that is ls hyphen capital F. So ls hyphen L, there is an option called as ls hyphen L, which will give you a long list of the files. Long list of the files means I'm going to tell you that. Okay, now here when I say ls hyphen L, it is going to print all the files. Now we can see this are folders, right? Your lab report, test report, weather report, these are folders, and all these things are files given below. Now here we have some options given here. I'll tell you one by one. Now here this is your D, right? Here you can see D. This means that it is a directory. If it is a file, this first character will be a dash. It means nothing, right? So when I have my first character as dash, it means file. If I have my first character as D, it means it is directory. Now here these are permissions. RWX means read, write, and execute. Here I have read and execute, I have read and execute. So I have three sets of permissions. First one is for the user or the owner. So we call it as a user or owner. The second permission is for the group. Here you have second permission, that's for the group. And the third permission is for others, whoever comes, it's the guest user or someone like that, right? So first three set of permission is for the user or the owner. The second three set of permission is for the group, and the third three set of permission is for the others. Now here these are links or number of files. In Mac you will be getting the number of files here, number of files present inside, including the hidden files and folders, right? In usually Linux or your Unix, you will be getting the number of links, that is 2, right? Here link which is present for folders, it is mentioning the number of files and folders which are present, including the hidden files and folders. For file, it is showing the number of links present. As of now, this file doesn't have link with any other file, so here it is just 1. So 1 means only 1, right? There is no link. If at all I have a link with another file, then here it will be 2. I'll be explaining about linking one file with another file in a separate video, right? As of now, understand this is about the link that this file have. As of now, all files have only 1 because that doesn't have any extra link. And now followed by the owner or the user, that is NSE, and followed by the group, right, which it belongs to, and followed by the size of the file. Now here this is the last time edited, right? So last time edited, when it is finally edited, when these files are being finally edited, so that information was given along with the date and time, right? It has been edited on September 24th, 8:32, right? It's means morning, right? It means 8:32 means morning. If it is a 24 hours time, so we don't have to mention any PM or AM. Now here it is 24th September morning, 8:30 AM. 8:32 AM, right? This is lab report. This is how I get information if I use a ls-l, which will give you a very long list of information. Now here when I see 128 and 160, I'm not sure what is that 128 and 160. For that I'll be using a command option called as H. H means human readable, right? So long list along with H, I can combine more than one options together like I do it here, right? So here I say L and H, so I am combining two options. Okay. So when I combine two options, it is going to give me a clear information about human readable, right? Here it is a long list and H means it is human readable. So when I say human readable, what is that? It will give you information of, like, what is the byte size, exact size, right? It is not 128, it is 128 bit. sorry, 128 byte and 160 byte, 160 byte. These are 0 bytes because it's an empty file. Now here it is 43 byte and 63 byte, and all these are 0. Wherever you find 0 bytes, that is empty file. So it is showing you a clear information about how many bytes it is. For that, I'll be using a option called as H. Now next, let us see, right? If I say I just want to print out the directories, right? For example, I want to just print out all these directories. I'll say ls and then I'll say star report, right? So when I say ls star report, it is printing the directory, and along with this files, we can see here it not only prints the directories, it also prints the files which is present inside every directory. Now when I say ls report, it is lab report, test report, weather report. Now every folder have some files in that also getting displayed. Now if I don't want the files to be displayed, I want only the directories to be displayed, it is very simple. I'll use a -d option. I repeat again, if I say I want to print out some directories, yes, I can do that, but when I say I want to print the directories, it also prints or gives the information about every file which is present inside the directory. So lab report has 2 files, test report has 3 files, and weather report has 3 files. So all these informations are printed, but I don't want that. I want only the directory names to be printed, not the files which is contained inside that. I'll just say ls -d and followed by the directory which I want to print. Now here you can see it just prints lab report, test report, and weather report. It just prints only the folder name, not its files. Now if I want to print not only the files but also the hidden files and folders. So when I want to print the hidden files and folders, I'll be using a command called as ls-a. So ls-a will print you all the hidden files and folders. If you're not sure what is hidden file and folder, I've done a separate video on hidden files and folders. I've given the link in the description. Please go and watch it, then you'll understand what is a hidden file and a folder. Now you can see all your hidden files and folders which are created by the user is getting displayed. Now if I want all the hidden files, that is including the system defined hidden files, all those need to be printed as well, then I'll be using ls-small a. ls-capital A is to print the user defined hidden files or user created hidden files. If I want to display all the hidden files including the system defined, then I'll be using ls-small a. Now we can see this dot and dot dot are the system defined. Now these two are the system defined folders, so that also getting displayed. That is your ls-a. Now if I want the data to be printed, like when I say ls, it is just printing in columns. By default it prints in columns. Now this is the first one, second, third, 4, 5, 6, all these files are printed and folders are printed in column wise. But if I want my files and folders to be printed one by one in one single column, right? I wanted to print one by one. I'll say ls-1, number 1. It is not character, it is number 1, then numeric letter 1, ls-1. So when I enter this, you can see here your files and folders are printed in one single line, not in columns. By default it prints in columns, but if I want, I can print that in single column with the help of ls-1. Next we are going to see or if I want to display as per the modified time, right? If I want to see as per the modified time, I can just say ls-t. Now I'm not sure whether it is modified in this order or not. So what should I do, right? I'll say ls-l along with the t, because ls-l will give you the modified time as well in one column, right? The last column is the modified time, and t will give you the display the files at the last modified time. Which is the last modified time? This is the one, right? September 24th, 8:35, right? And then 8:35 again, 8:35 again, 34 here, 8:32, right? All these files and folders are created on September 24th, right? So this column I can identify the modified time. So when I say ls-t, it will display all my files and folders in the from the last modified time to the previous things, right? It goes in that order. But if I want that to be printed in the reverse order, I'll just say r. So ls-r always print in the reverse order. Now you can see that, yeah, this is the oldest modified file and this is it's the latest modified file. So it goes in this order, in reverse order. That is ls-r. I've combined with ls-l L and T. I can combine more than one option like this, LTR, or I can just say LRT. Any way you want, you can give. There is nothing wrong in that, right? So we have one more option, that is ls hyphen capital S, that will print the file in the size, right, as per the size. Now this is the most bigger size file. Now let us see. I'll say ls hyphen S. If I want the exact size to be printed, I'll just go for L. Now we can see this is the maximum size, 160, 160, 128, 63, 43 and 37. And if I want to print in reverse, very simple, I'll just go for R. So anywhere, any option that I want to print in the reverse of it, I'll just go with R. So you can see all the empty files are printed first and then the maximum at the last position. So this is your hyphen capital S, right? Hyphen capital S will give you or display the file in the size as per the size of the file or the folder. Okay. Now if I want to print the inode, right, inode information of it, I'll say ls hyphen I. So that will print the file or the folder name with its inode information. So this is the inode information of that, and along with the file and folder. Finally, I have an option called as hyphen R, which will recursively go and print all the files and the files which is present inside the subdirectories as well. Now you can see it is printing my file which is present inside here in this folder, that is your lab report, weather report, test report, or your folders, and then all the files here. Now here you see it is also printing all the files which are present inside my subdirectories as well. So this is what ls-r does for you. I hope you understood everything, guys. I'm done with this video. If you have any doubts or queries, please comment in the comment section. I'll definitely get back to you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.